Raindrop, drip, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.
Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany and welcome to my channel Foxy Sunrise. Today we have a pick a card reading, and the topic of this one is going to be about how we can magnetize and attract true love. And by true love, I mean love from all ways, from all places. So more of an omni love, a love from family, a love for family. The intention for this reading is to heal and open our heart space. So all the timestamps will be down below in the description box, and pick as many groups as you are drawn to. I have a few other links in the description box, one being for my podcast, which I will be uploading 10 episodes on YouTube, but the rest will be available on all of the podcasting platforms. I also have a website that'll be taken down in the next few months. It's Lucid Lucy Excerpts. And I also have my Instagram linked down below in the description box as well if you're interested in checking out what I do. So yeah, let's get started with the groups. Oh, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more readings like this one. Yeah, and for more content from me. So group 1 is the Star in reverse. Group 2 is the Empress in reverse. And group 3 is the Magician. And I would be shuffling on camera for this reading in particular to see what comes out. So like I said, all the timestamps are down below in the description box, and I will see you at your group. Hello, group 1. If you chose the Star card, this is your reading on how you can attract true love. Stop hiding yourself. Stop hiding yourself, because the love that you're yearning for cannot see you. I'm hearing the words overcast and the word shadow. So with this group, there's a fear of vulnerability. There's a fear of sharing your voice, of sharing your true authenticity. So I'm wondering if maybe in your upbringing you were silenced very early on. And so it's really important for you to work through how you show up in your relationships. Are you closed off? Are you afraid of really opening yourself up to, I'm hearing the opinions of others, and is this affecting you in other areas of life? Are you always kind of holding back and holding off who you truly are and how you truly feel? And also with hiding ourselves, we're only attracting the love that is attracted to the selves that we present to the world. And if that isn't our truest selves, then we are, of course, not going to meet our truest love. Okay. This for me is like an inconsistency, an ability. There's a lack of commitment here, or even an aversion to structure, an aversion to what is traditional. So yeah, this group feels like a group that I'm getting a lot of air energy, Gemini, or Libra, maybe Aquarius, but I'm getting a lot of Gemini energy, or even Sag. But I just feel like with this group, it's the fear of going deep. It's the fear of being boxed in. And so I'm almost seeing someone who is always the runner in a situation where you find yourself in these relationships or connections where you start to feel tied down before you actually even share yourself, before you actually even open up to being vulnerable, but there's just this lack of commitment. And maybe that could be a part of something that you have to honor with other people. Maybe you aren't the type of person who is a one at a time person. Maybe you are more polyamorous, or maybe you're just a non-monogamous person and you worry about sharing those aspects of yourselves with others because they may not understand, or they may be upset with you. So that could be another angle of this as well. But yeah, there's a real theme of just not being able to get deep, of shying away from getting deep with someone. Yeah, there's some air energy. Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This for me is just, there's a need for maturity in the way that you communicate with people. Yeah, I feel like there's, with this Page of Wands, let me see what else is fun. Okay. Yeah, with this Page of Wands here, there's this sort of like childish way in which you communicate with other people. Like, you're very playful and flirty, but it's almost as if you're not really aware of how that affects other people, and people may not know when you're serious. That's another thing with the Hierophant in reverse. It's like there's this fear of opening up and being vulnerable. There could be a fear of commitment, and there's also this not really being in a space of wanting to be serious with someone. Maybe you just need, I'm getting Aquarius hard with this. Maybe you're looking for a love that's more of a friend, that feels more like a friend that you can play with and just joke with, and not someone who is going to bog you down and weigh you down, and who takes things too seriously. So that could also be another angle of this. Because I feel like with this Two of Wands also at the bottom of the deck, you have a lot that you're looking out to. You have a lot of just ideas. There's a lot of potential in the air for you, and you may just feel that way in general. So this feels like Sagittarius energy also. You just can see like the expansiveness of the world and the expansiveness of just the pure potential of the universe and of this existence. And yeah, you also, another thing too with this Page of Swords is coming from a space of just like this renewed mental energy, and this new like sharpness of energy. So maybe some of you have gone through this, like come out of this kind of spiritual awakening, if you will. So you have this new fresh perspective of how maybe the world works, of what you want and what you desire. And so you don't want really something that boxes you in, something that you have to have a lot of obligation toward, because of all of the potentials, because of all of the, I just feel like this group in particular is just, they just feel too excited about the world to commit, and it also makes it hard to settle with someone long enough to really open up, to have them really see who you are. But that's such an important part with love. I honestly really just feel this group isn't ready for for anything like real. But this reading, this love reading, isn't just about relationships. It's just expansive. It's just, how can I experience love in my life? How can I open up my heart? How can I heal my heart? And so the main message that I'm getting is to come into a relationship with mature communication, even if even if it kind of comes out wrong. With this Queen of Swords in reverse, I'm getting this like dynamic of maybe like a foot in the mouth syndrome with the way that you say things, and then also the like things that you say can kind of come off a little harsh and cold and just very like matter of fact and logical, and that could also kind of step on people's toes. So I just feel like this group needs a certain type of person or a certain unique type of relationship. So I'm getting Mercury and Sag here. Also, if you don't know any of that astrological terminology and you're curious about your birth chart, definitely check out the link in the description box below the timestamps. If you know your exact time of birth, the information will be a lot more specific and attuned to you. So that's just a heads up. I know some people don't know their exact time of birth, but that really helps get a really clear, concise birth chart. But yeah, I'm getting Mercury and Sag, Mercury and Gemini, maybe even Mercury and Aries. But this group just seems like they're in an energy of just kind of like, not like, I don't want to get too deep. This feels like more like a person who's just like, I'm just friends with benefits here. My instincts keep me adaptable in the face of any obstacle. Yeah, this card just makes me feel like this group is really on the go. Like, I felt something in my stomach. It was kind of like a jolt of adrenaline that I felt in my stomach of like, oh my gosh, I have somewhere to be right now. Yeah, and then we have the number 1 here, and the number 1 in the tarot is the Magician card, which again is that Gemini energy. Let me see if we have... We are all sisters and reflect the divine in one another. Yeah, this group just feels very poly to me. Venus and Gemini here, Venus and Sag here. Yeah, this group just it's so airy that it's hard to even explain or grasp right now. It's just like, yeah, okay, so at the bottom of the deck, I'm on the right path and divinely guided. Number 16. So this group just feels like they're in a space of the word that comes to mind is sporadic expansion. So you're just feeling really connected to a lot of different people, or maybe you feel that you can connect with a lot of different people. Wow, that flew. I let go of all expectations. Yeah, this group, your love style is very lighthearted, very fun. It's not very deep though. I'm not sure if that's what you're looking for, but I just get like the thing that can improve here is your communication style. like communicating to people where you're at is really important. Yeah, and this will kind of assist in really opening up your authenticity, like sharing to people, hey, this is the kind of star that I am. This is the kind of cosmo and realm that I'm working in. I'm the non-committal type. Sometimes, my communication style isn't that great. I kind of see the beauty in a lot of different people, and I'm looking at it a lot of different options. So that's where I'm at right now, and yeah, and this just feels like your vibe, like letting go of expectations, and this there's so much coming through. I'm really feeling this Gemini energy right now. With this letting go of expectations and I'm on the right path card, it's like you're really just kind of flowing with the energy right now. Excuse me, and that's how you really tap into this kind of more expansive love. Let's see if we can get one more card. Yeah, this group just needs to kind of be very honest and open with, I live in the paradise of my own creation. This came out sideways, so I believe in myself and my abilities. Yeah, this is such an interesting, all over the place group. I'm not sure if this is really about advice or if this is more so confirming to you the way that you love. But if I could really speak on any advice right now, it's just to be more like intentional and loving with your words, and let people know where you're at so that they understand where you're coming from. If you are this non-committal type, or if you do have a fear of commitment, there's just this need to kind of share more of yourself, even if this is just, hey, I don't want anything heavy like this. And that's honestly really loving, to be very upfront and open with somebody like that and just be vulnerable with other people. And it doesn't have to get that deep, group one, if you're not that kind of person. If you're just like too in the clouds and on the go for that, yeah, just let people know. And the people who can like respect that, that's love right there. That's that expansive love. So don't be afraid to let people know, to let people know like how your mind works, how your heart works, and where you're at, so that you don't feel like you're in this position where you're hurting someone. Okay, we have one more card. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this group kind of this group feels more like they needed like confirmation and not actually advice, because I feel like I just get this feeling this group already kind of knows all this information. Gosh, my beautiful spread. Yeah, okay. Any more messages for group one? Any more messages for group one? Rehearse values-based behavior. Today identify a situation that requires you to act on your values. Wow, okay, yeah. And the Hierophant talks a lot about values as well. So again, opening your heart doesn't have to be this ooey gooey thing, but it could be about communicating in a very like kind way, and not a triggered way, and not a you're boxing me in and I'm really, really triggered right now kind of way, or this immature, maybe even avoidant, like I don't have time to explain, they just have to deal with my actions sort of way. But yeah, just that's that's important to share that part of yourself. So today, identify a situation that requires you to act on your values. What would you say or do to turn this value into action? Be specific. Then imagine yourself acting on your intentions and overcoming emotional barriers like fear. Visualize yourself succeeding and people responding well to you. Yes, people responding well to you. Yeah, that's really awesome. This is a distress tolerance skills card from the Dialectical Behavior Therapy Skills deck. So yeah, that was interesting. Group 1, that is your reading. Let me know what you think down below. Comment, like, share, and subscribe for more readings like this one. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you, Group 1, what comes to your mind from this reading. And only take what vibes with you, excuse me. And I will see y'all again soon. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading on how you can attract and magnetize love to yourself. So we have the Empress in reverse. It's all about you, baby. It's all about you first. Yeah, this is the... and I cringe, and this could be projecting, but I cringe with this word of self-love, but it's true. This group is needing to find the priestess, the Empress within, so that others can treat them like one. So when you begin to see inside yourself, like, oh damn, I'm a freaking goddess, I'm a freaking divine being, and I need to be treated like such, then you can attract the respect from your family ships, from your situationships, from relationships and what have you. And you can receive that love at all angles because you're demanding respect like the Empress does. Like, you know, I'm trying to be sensitive with the non-binary stuff, but it's really hard because I'm like sharing information, so it's not always going to come out. Anyways, foot in my mouth. So yes, this group is needing to slow down and take care of themselves versus taking care of other people. Like, while you're taking care of others, who's going to take care of you? If you stopped for a second, you give somebody a chance to step in, to step forward, and feed you like you feed other people. And also, are you coming at this need to serve to get something back? Is that what this is? Are you trying to appease other people for validation, for acceptance, for love? Libra? Are there any Libras here? Even a Venus in Libra. And if you're not sure of your birth chart, there is a link down below in the description box underneath the timestamps. If you know your exact time of birth, that'll get you the most specific information, just so you know. But I'm getting strong Libra energy here, or Venus and Virgo also. Gosh, this card came out. It's time for you to be served. Yeah, it's interesting in the last group. Wow, yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, it's time to end a cycle. To step into your power. There's a need to blend the power of your voice to set these boundaries, because the Queen of Swords is so crystal clear with her boundaries. And I see her right now, she's looking at the 7 of Swords, and this guy looks like he's sneaking off. making sure that nobody's around seeing that he's stealing these swords. So there's an air of betrayal, of lying, of sneakiness, of deception. And so this Queen of Swords is like, I see you, sir. You're not hiding from anybody right now. And that is the energy that you're needing to step into, to let people know like what you do and do not accept. And the swords is all about communication, words, and even there's this coldness and directness and logic with it. So the Queen of Swords is also, again, this blend. We have the King of Wands here. There's this blending of masculine logic, of the sun energy, as well as her feminine energy, the lunar energy. So with this group also, I'm getting the Empress is kind of going inward into hiding, and it's time for the masculine energy to come out to protect her. So whatever identification as far as gender you fall under, what I'm saying is it's time to kind of come and step into your strength and nurture the Empress behind the scenes, but the masculine, the sun energy, needs to step forward and make it known what you will and will not accept. And there's a need to end this cycle of being sort of a codependent or a doormat, if you will, and to kind of honor the strength that you have, that you are your king and you are your queen. And these two are so blunt and serious. The King of Wands and the Queen of Swords, they're not worried about, they're not always worried about how other people feel when they communicate what they want and what they desire. They're just like, I know it, I know how I feel, and I'm going to express that. And so also another thing too, I keep picking up the cards, is there's this a communication with your words, but there's also this follow through and seriousness with your actions. So this is just showing me that there's a need to match your words with your actions when you're setting boundaries and when you're telling people what you desire, what you want, what you deserve. But one thing I do want to throw out there is there could have been this cycle, this generational cycle of the women in your family, of the maternal side of your family, of being sort of the toxic feminine. And this can come out as, or the shadow feminine, I like that phrase better, but of being deceptive, of being the victim to receive love, to get what you deserve, lying, being sort of a damsel in distress to receive love, to receive the attention, versus being in your power, knowing that those actions are unnecessary. All you need to do is speak up and allow your actions and to align and to be integrated with the way that you feel and think and want to express yourself going forward. And so there's this feeling, the sense that I get for some of you that this may be hard, this may be a difficult feat. It's not impossible, but this may feel difficult because this is a pattern that has been ongoing for generations in some of your families, with the way that the gender roles have been kind of conditioned into the consciousness of your generational line and heritage. So there's this like idea of what a woman is supposed to do, and this idea that a woman is supposed to be seen but not heard. So maybe what I'm suggesting is to kind of dig into that, if that is a message that resonates with you as well. But the tables will turn and the tides will turn, and your luck with love from all angles and even opening up your heart again to other people, to friendships, to family, will what am I trying to say? The tables will turn in a positive light when you begin to step into this power, this empowered action and empowered voice. So it's time to show up a little bit differently in your life, group 2. messages do you have for group 2? Messages for group 2. I trust the change unfolding in my life. And we have a number 5 here when we add up the 4 and 1. So again, 5 can represent a change that is very, it's uncomfortable, it's tight. Oh, wow. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have another number 5. We have a 3-2 here and a 4-1 here. So we have 2 cards of change. We have 2 cards of change. And then again, we have this card come up. This came up in the last group, but it's in reverse, which is so funny because there's 2 cards here that are similar to group 1, but they're showing up in a different position, and instead of reverse, upright, and vice versa. Anyways, I don't want to confuse you there, but we have I trust the change unfolding in my life, and we have I shed habits that hinder my truth. Look at that, truth again. I release and renew. I release and renew. And the imagery of the snake makes me think of ancient wisdom, of ancient ancestral heritage. So again, there may be an emphasis on there's something that is being asked of you that is going to shift your entire family line. It stops with you. This idea of how gender roles should be, of how a woman should act and behave, it stops with you. So you feel this shift, and it is uncomfortable, and it is going to take some reflection, as well as what I'm getting with this snake makes me I'm getting chills. I'm feeling cold. I'm thinking of roaming around at night in the desert. So this imagery makes me think of shadow work as well. So there's a lot of introspection that's going to be happening to unearth this conditioning and this programming that you may be dealing with, as far as how you show up and how this way of showing up and the way that you have shown up in the past is affecting your level of self-worth, the self-worth that you identify in yourself, your level of worthiness, if you will, is what I'm trying to say. And then we are all sisters and reflect the divine in one another. This is in reverse. For me, this just means that there's no more of giving people leeway because you see the good in everybody. Yes, everybody has the potential of being good, and sometimes as an empath, I feel this group may be very empathetic, sympathetic, or just they're able to really understand everybody's perspective. We also have the Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck as well. So you have a sensitive side of you that wants to see the good in everybody. But this card is telling me, as well as all of the other things that I've said in this reading, that it's time to use your discernment now. There's no reason to just let anybody and everybody into the temple of your energy, the temple of your body, the temple of your heart. So incredible discernment is needed right now. And this will mean conflict, which again, I'm thinking of Libra. So this group may be conflict avoidant also, which this is going to be uncomfortable, but you have to step into this, the archetype, the imagery, the energy of the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands. You have to tap into this reservoir of power that is within you. And that can be tapped in through reviewing all of those instances where you let other people cross your boundaries, and allow yourself to feel angry and pissed off and upset because you didn't protect yourself the way that you should have. Without the blame, of course, but when you begin to re-experience the feelings of that and what you really deserve, you can come into this next phase of your life in a new way. Because you recognize that these things did truly upset you, and it didn't matter if they were helpful to other people, because you lost a little bit of yourself through trying to appease other people. It's not who you are, and that's not how you get love either. Not true love anyways. I trust my inner voice. Okay, again, I moved the cards around, but in the beginning we had this Queen of Wands looking at the deceptive behavior, and it's like, I feel you have a very sharp intuition and a sharp connection and communication with your inner voice, but you've ignored it for a long time. And again, I was showing you there's the Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck too. So you're gonna have to recognize that now you can't ignore that side of you anymore. Yeah, I feel like I'm giving this group some tough love right now. I feel very passionate and protective of this group. And you should be just as protective and passionate over yourself as I am right now, feeling for you. So let's see what any other messages from... I am becoming a better version of myself every day. Yes, as you work through this, you will recognize the true strength that has always been within you, that you may have been suppressing because of certain situations in your life, because of not wanting to be the bad guy, if you will. But King of Wands, Queen of Swords, they're not worried about that. And the tarot shows us aspects of the human personality. So this isn't out of reach for you. It's just going to take a lot of practice. I'm hearing that song, Say What You Need to Say. I think that's by Adam Lambert. Maybe music is the way to tap into like your inner like bad, I don't know, I want to say bad bitch, but I could be talking to men as well, but like your badass, your inner badass. Maybe there's some playlist you need to make before you have conversations with people to kind of tap into that energy, and then eventually you won't need the playlist anymore. I think that's a pretty good idea. Top card. Wow! Dude, oh my gosh. We have the 43 card, and it adds up to number 7, which the interesting part about that number is Libra is the 7th sign of the zodiac. And it says exercise your legitimate rights. Wow. This is, of course, an interpersonal effectiveness skill, which again, Libra associates with interpersonal relationships. Maybe you have a lot of planets in your 7th house. Maybe you have Venus in Libra, Mercury, Mars in Libra, or you just have, again, like I said, a lot of planets in your 7th house, or you may have North or South node in Libra. So remember, you have value as a person. You have a right to put yourself first sometimes. Yes, dude. Oh my gosh. Did I say Venus and Virgo? Yeah. You have a right to feel your emotions. You have a right to your opinions, and you have a right to ask for help when needed. Start exercising your legitimate rights today. I don't have anything else to say for y'all. I think this is pretty much crystal clear, like the Queen of Swords. All right, group 2, that is your reading on love, your tough love reading. Because I love you guys and I feel very protective over you. I think this is the energy that you need to bring to yourself from now on. Yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more pick a card readings like this, or just anything else. Check out my podcast. I'm going to be uploading 10 of the episodes on YouTube, and the rest will be available on all podcasting platforms. Yeah, I think that's everything. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all again soon. Hello, group 3. Welcome to... I'm being weird. Welcome to your reading on how you can attract and magnetize love to yourself. Magician. This group, I feel, needs to be aware of what they say and what they're thinking. Are you aware of how magnetic you actually are? Because this group feels very, I'm seeing lightning in the air. So there's this electricity, this potential that this group has, but it's being directed in the wrong places. So I feel this is one of those groups that's like the glass is half empty and not half full type of group. I'm also hearing the phrase self-fulfilling prophecy. So, and I'm seeing like this hand that's stuck in something sticky, like just, or even a tangled up ball of yarn. So I think this group really needs to be aware of their mind through speaking, through writing, through communication. Understanding the communication that is happening within you is really important to understand how you're in the situations that you're in right now. And I'm getting a little bit of deceptive energy as well. But let's just see. I'm feeling a little bit of stubbornness as well. Like, I'm worried this group is just gonna like blow off. Like, this group may be the type, some of you may just blow off what other people are like trying to tell you, like advice. Like, you don't want to learn anything different. Okay, this just could just, it could just be like, yeah, and we have the Hierophant in reverse right here. It's like this stubbornness, this fear of being open. This group just needs to be open. I'm feeling like just be open to something different than what you have had already, and like this need for flexibility will give you this emotional fulfillment. Yeah, let's see. Messages for group 3. Messages for group 3 on how they can attract true love. True love. Messages for group 3. Wow, beautiful. High Priestess, okay. Messages for group 3. I'm hearing someone say, I know it all already. Messages for group 3. Okay. Whoa. Okay. A lot of similar cards. You may have been drawn to group 1. Just random message right there. But right here we have just this like blocking of a new way of thinking, a fresh way of thinking. And also, actually, you may not have been attracted to group 1 because there's 2 cards in here that group 1 had, and they're in the reverse instead of upright. So group 1 was pretty open. Maybe you just need to listen to group 1 for advice, like of how you, like the opposite spectrum of where you're coming from for some of you. If you're drawn to group 1, there may be some messages for you. But we have the Two of Wands and the Page of the Page of Swords, excuse me, in reverse. So there's this imagery of the sky looking out, and also this feeling of like new, fresh mental energy, of ideas, of thoughts. So with these two in reverse, it's like there's no looking out. I just feel like this group, I'm getting the imagery of like being in a cubicle and only seeing what's in that cubicle, like being in the same small town and not wanting to move around. It's like I'm getting a little bit of Taurus energy, just in general, fixed, stubborn energy. So you do have a pretty sharp intuition. I feel like you have a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, but there's no like action behind it. There's no like taking action or just Yeah, okay. What I'm getting here is like all of the cards, I'm looking at them now, are in reverse. This one's actually good when it's in reverse. So this is like release those old thoughts, those old beliefs, those old ideas, because whatever record is running in your mind is why you're attracting what you're attracting. So I'm getting the imagery of someone being like, see, I told you that was gonna happen. I told you men ain't shit, or women ain't shit, or you know, people are just out there to hurt me. Like, in a sense, it's like I've said earlier, self-fulfilling prophecy. So you're like, wow, I'm intuitive because I know this. But is it because your intuition is being proven because of the ideas that are rolling in your mind? So if you already have this idea that everything's bad, then things will be bad, and you're just like, wow, I knew this was going to happen. But that's because of the record player that is playing in your head. So it's time to take that record off of the turntable and put a new record on there. A record of smiles, a record and I'm not trying to say spiritually bypass or anything. You got to go back into the muck again of like, what am I thinking? What is actually running in my mind all day? Like, like what is going on? How am I using this beautiful, magical, magnetic and intuitive energy and like, you know, drawing, and like, how am I using that energy and where is it going? Is it going to pessimistic ideas, and is it just confirming what I'm already thinking? Or, you know, is it time for me to use my intuitive abilities, the spiritual foundation that I have, to change that outcome? Because you can. And it's weird, there's like this disconnect with like, I know I'm intuitive, I know I'm sensitive, I know I can pick up on like the invisible realm, but there's no like realization of like how like you also create, like you're a creator in this realm as well. So I'm getting like someone who is like, woe is me. I'm getting a little Pisces energy. I'm mentioning all these signs. So if you're not familiar with your birth chart, there's a link under the timestamps to connect you with your birth chart. If you know your specific time of birth, that is amazing. It'll get you the most specific and descriptive information. If you don't, it won't be as great, but definitely check it out if you know your exact time of birth. But this group is giving me this like, woe is me, like sad, like kind of in this like in the trenches still, and the sun is out, but you don't realize it because you're just like being sad and you're like, this is all that there is, like, but you haven't like made a change and moved on from it. It's like it feels stuck. Sometimes the feminine energy, which I'm seeing here, the feminine energy is upright. Everything else that involves movement, because the swords and the wands are masculine energy, air and fire, and those were in reverse. So it's like your mental energy is a little bit stuck and stagnant, and your action energy is stuck and stagnant. So there's a need to renew, to bring some fresh new energy to the way that you move. So maybe even just getting outside and moving your body can assist you in kind of like making a shift of those thoughts that could be lingering. But also what I was saying was the feminine can be more sedentary in the energy, like more meditating versus going out and doing action, getting things done. So like with this upright, this could be somebody who kind of just like lays in bed and eats a pint of ice cream and cries to sad movies, versus like going out and doing a workout to fix the energy, versus like escaping into the energy. I hope that makes sense. So instead of like being sadder because you're sad and watching sad movies and listening to sad music and eating food that may not make you feel good, it might make you feel even worse. Like, let's, you know, move our bodies and eat and drink a smoothie, like do something a little bit different that is actually good for you, that will change and shake things up. And again, we have this like masculine energy, this sun energy that seems a little bit stuck and stagnant. So it's like it's time to kind of step forward into this masculine energy again and recognize that you have more power over your situation than you realize. Like it's time to make a change and do something different here. So love isn't going to be different if you're not different. Oops. Oh my gosh, these cards. Ugh. Yeah, what are you feeding yourself? Through your words, through your actions, through your energy. Where's your energy at right now? Are you just perpetuating this cycle? Messages for 3-3. Messages for 3-3. Whoa, okay. Healthy boundaries keep me centered and balanced. Okay, again, there's this like yin-yang thing going on. There's a need for some balance here. Which again, I'm showing you these cards. There's a lack of balance. There's a more sitting around and waiting versus being like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna like, let's look around and see what's really out there. Let's kind of like let go of this debris in my mental landscapes, in my mental body, in my consciousness, in my super conscious. Let's do some, you know, some mental cleanups, and let's refresh my mental landscape so I can come at it like a childlike curiosity is really needed here. A childlike curiosity in your actions. We have 2 pages here. There's this need to start over in the way that you act and in the way that you think. Yeah. And we have 3 here, which is so interesting because we have the 1 here in the Magician and the 2 here in the in the High Priestess, which adds up to 3. So maybe your life path 3, I don't know. But the 3 here is the kind of unionized, the union of the 2, of the intuitive masculine and the action, or intuitive masculine would be the Magician, the intuitive feminine and the action-oriented masculine, who is like, I am going to bring this down to earth and use the like feminine knowledge that's behind him, you know, the intuitive High Priestess behind him with all of that occult knowledge and, you know, spiritual wisdom to materialize what I desire. So let's see. Any other messages from this deck for group 3? Group 3. Wow, okay. I am on the right path and divinely guided. That came out for group 2. Oh, this one hits. Okay. I free myself from critical thoughts towards my body and my worth. This one, yeah. Enough said. Okay, so release the critical thinking. Take some action, whether it's just working out in whatever way, like yoga. I always mention yoga because it's softer. It doesn't feel like working out necessarily. Pilates, I love Pilates. And then trust. I am on the right path and divinely guided. Again, there's I'm getting that self-fulfilling prophecy, like F this, you know. And then look what we have here. I didn't realize that wasn't in frame. Conscious eating nourishes me. So again, like, what are you feeding yourself? What kind of like music, what kind of like words are you feeding yourself? I didn't do this for the other groups because I forgot. Let's see if I have time, because I'm getting ahead of myself. Scratch what I just said. Scratch that. Yeah, trust. Trust that what is meant for you is out there for you, that things will be different, that things can be different, that things are waiting to be different when you become different. Oh wow, the same cards are coming out. I am becoming a better version of myself every day. I am safe to be my true authentic self. Beautiful. Yeah, and you can do that whenever you release your stories and stop fragmenting yourself into these past stories of like, this was when I was hurt, this was when I was betrayed, this was when I realized men weren't shit, this was when I realized women were whatever, you know, whatever it is. But yeah, releasing the noise, the stories, you know. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I said I was gonna do it. I'm gonna draw from my sound bowl a little fortune cookie. Okay, message for group 3. Top card. Number 28, emotional regulation skills. Say how you feel. To help you recognize and cope with how you feel, it's often helpful to say it out loud. This might sound silly, but stating how you feel, like I'm scared, highlights how you feel and can help you choose the best coping strategy, like use mindful breathing. Try it today. We have the number 10 here, which brings me to the Wheel of Fortune card in the tarot. So cycles, ending the cycle of closing yourself off and continuing to express yourself and allowing your heart to remain open by saying how you feel, by expressing how you feel when it is happening, so that you can remain empowered in any situation, because you let them know, you're like, this is what's up. And I like this one too. See the big picture. Today, when you get overwhelmed by emotions, ask yourself, what was I thinking and feeling? Boom, right there. Then, I'm sorry, that's not on the card, but just then ask, what evidence supports my thoughts and feelings and what evidence contradicts them? You're likely overlooking the evidence that contradicts them. Finally, consider healthier alternative ways to think and feel about the situation. That's amazing. I'm going to actually end it right there, group 3. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a goodie. All right, group 3, that is your reading. Stay balanced is the key. So comment down below, let me know what you think, what stuck out for you. Like, share, and subscribe for more readings like this one or anything else that I may offer. I will be uploading 10 of my podcast episodes on YouTube, and then the rest will be available on the podcasting platforms that are out there. And my Instagram handle should be in the description box as well if you want to check me out and give me a follow. Much appreciated. So definitely stay tuned for more, and I will see y'all again soon. Love you.